Saying goodbye to anger, that is our topic today. And I can tell you, if you're watching this, you are going to be introduced to some material that can really, really help you change your life. If you've yet to subscribe, please hit the button. If you have a question, put it in the box. Saying goodbye to anger is so important. You know, if you are like me and so many others in life, anger's been a challenge for you. You find yourself kind of like going off for small things. You find yourself walking around feeling like you got a chip on your shoulder, or you've been asked, you know, are you upset at me? Are you angry? You have this scowl on your face, like what's going on with you? And you don't want to be that person anymore. Now, there's several reasons why you could be angry. Some of them, they do have to do with your past. They do have to do with maybe the family you were raised in. You learned how to be angry. Mom or dad or a friend or someone showed you that anger was a way to get control of your situation, to push back on people, to get space, to gain control, or at least the perception of control. And you learned that it really, really, really worked. And so you stayed with it. For some people, it is a reaction from trauma, being raped, sexually abused, abandoned, neglected, hurt, injured, and you are truly using anger to continue to protect yourself because you've been hurt so deeply that your kind of existential flip went from I am safe to I am not safe. The world is good to the world is not good. You know, people are generally safe, people are generally not safe. And you made that switch where you feel unsafe. And so you found anger as a way to really protect you from future hurts, or at least that's the approach that you're taking. Now, anger can also be because of, let's just say, immaturity, and a couple reasons here. Number one, addictions. If you have an active addiction, alcohol, drugs, sex, pornography, food, social media, or any addiction, you're kind of emotionally stuck in adolescence. And what happens is you had a feeling in adolescence and you used your addiction to medicate it, so you never developed that emotional muscle or that emotional skill to be able to overcome anger. All right, so what happens is all of your feelings, because of the lack of development, get stuck in this funnel. And so if you feel rejected or unimportant, you get angry. You know, if you feel alone, you feel angry. If you feel unheard, you can feel angry. And what happens is you're either angry, really angry, or other. And the other is you don't know what it is, but you just medicate it, and you've learned how to kind of not develop emotionally, but develop a coping skill that allows you to get over the emotion instead of figuring it out, communicating it, and that kind of thing. Another thing is, honestly, in Western culture, we don't really teach anybody how to have a feeling. I mean, unless you're in counseling, all right? Because I have 4 degrees, and nobody taught me how to have a feeling. Not one professor said, here's how you do emotions. And my PhD's in psychology. So seriously, I know that we are undereducated about emotions. So saying goodbye to anger is a great toolkit, because how would your life look if you weren't troubled with anger? If we could just go in there and take that incredible Hulk, that gremlin of yours, and pull him out and put him to the side, and you never had to have him in your life again, how would your life be different in your marriage or your partnerships, your friendships? How would your life be different with your children? Okay, because if you're walking around angry, they don't want to be close to you because they don't know which person they're going to get. But imagine your life where you can actually feel your feelings, know what's going on, be able to stay rational in a conversation and calm, be able to communicate, you know what, I'm feeling angry, but not have to go into this explosive kind of like expressive, and, you know, even some people throw things and yell at people. If you're yelling at people, you're out of control. and they don't feel respected by you, and they definitely don't feel heard by you, and they definitely don't feel like we're getting anywhere or that we're really solving a problem. They feel like, oh, here's the 4-year-old. Can't wait till that person leaves. Then you calm down, you stay up to 2 o'clock in the morning talking like an adult. Okay? And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So you want to learn how to say goodbye to anger. Well, I'm Dr. Doug Weiss. I've been counseling people for 40 years who have experienced all kinds of traumas, abuses, addictions, marital difficulties. And I have seen them use the skills that I have put together in saying goodbye to anger, and they were able to actually get free from it. They were actually able to say goodbye to it. They were actually able to manage it. They're actually able to communicate respectfully with the other person what's going on with them. They create exit strategies. There are several things that you don't know that you don't know. And that's what I found out as a psychologist in general, is you're generally a smart person. You might even be a very successful person in spheres. But in this one, you're not making it. And it's challenging or limiting you in such a way that it might keep you from the next level of success in your relationship, financially, in your career, because people don't tend to promote people that have problems with anger. Because that's not something you want to role model to the rest of your, group. But you can say goodbye to anger for the rest of your life. In the description, there's a link. I want you to get this material, work through it, and do it, because you deserve a life free from anger. And I can tell you it works. If you will actually do what I'm asking you to do, all right? And it's the same thing if you were paying me hundreds of dollars an hour. You can get this material. It's reasonable. You can do it at home. You can learn these tools, and you can walk away from anger for the rest of your life. So I want you to order this, get it, do it, and really watch yourself mature so rapidly. It's kind of like, when you have that friend who's like overweight and they lose like 20 or 30 pounds, it's like, hey, what are you doing? How are you getting there? Are you taking that stuff? Are you working out? Are you changing your diet? Are you just eating like what? Peanuts? Like, what's going on with you? And when you have someone who's an angry person and they learn the skills and they become emotionally mature and they're able to say goodbye to anger, people are going to ask you, hey, what's happened to you? You seem like you're really calmer. And you will be. You're now that guy. You're now that gal who has the ability to do life without going into some primitive emotional state, and stay mature. So I welcome you to get saying goodbye to anger today.